So in doing this, I can save my bishop, my queen, and get out of check. Or I could go here and completely hang all of that stuff. I'm 400. Let's go. Hey guys, and welcome back to Building Habits. In case you're new here, this is a series where I introduce a set of rules you should try and follow in every game you play. The goal is to teach you strong fundamental principles that we will improve upon as we go. This series is my personal take on how to improve in chess, starting from 400 ELO all the way up to 2000 ELO and beyond. I'm going to choose a series of rules that I have to follow. What you might notice is that you will miss chances to play winning moves. That's okay. The goal here is to focus on the fundamentals, and I'm trying to get you guys to build good habits and play high percentage moves that will help you increase your rating. Now, bishop c4. What did we say? We learned knight f6. Knight f6 runs into this move, and we've actually lost a nasty game to that. So do you guys remember what we said we were going to do to avoid that? Does anyone remember? This is actually the first test of applying something that we learned. You don't remember? Sag. It was bishop c5. Knight f6 is what we would normally play. So we're going to play bishop there. Now, if his knight goes there, our queen's there. And look at that. We out here learning. Take free pieces. Beautiful. Look at that, and it worked. We actually learned something. We applied it in the game, and we took a free knight as a result. Now, if I'm following my rules, I'm going to go knight f6 here. And then I'm going to go, well, I guess I'm going to castle. I'm going to go for the quick castle. And then we're going to go d6. And then after d4, I'm going to take with the knight. We've done this 10 times before. These rules are awesome. Perfect. I'm completely destroying this guy. I got a central pawn knight there. We're going to go for trades. It's, wait a minute. I thought we outplayed him. Wait, so I took his knight, and now I'm screwed. Because at some point in the game, he's going to play this, and I'm going to have to take it. Because those are the rules. And then he's going to take my queen. So my rules are betraying me. Oh, man. Cascus just put me in the dirt there. Now he goes there. I took the knight. I got to move my knight back. You know, this is not the best, but again, this controls the most central square, so it makes the most sense to do. Makes the most sense to do. We're going to take here. Don't hang free pieces. Yes, but that was a tactic. That was a tactic. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you guys talking some mad ish about my rules? That's right, boys. The rules never lie. Better player wins. Coming at me about my damn rules. All right, bishop has to move. I'm gonna move probably here or here. Why? Because I want to attack the center. Here makes no sense. Pawn can just take me. So I'm gonna go here. Oh, a free piece? Oh, you shouldn't have. Oh, you shouldn't have. Getting attacked. We're gonna go back here. This is the square we know is safe. Controls the center. Oh, you shouldn't have. Oh, there's a lot of free pawns, but those all look like tactics. So I'm going to complete my development first. Rooks to the middle. Okay, c4. Okay, again, random pawn move. I could play a move in front of my king, but the point is I already have an escape square for my king, so that's not really that relevant. And what am I going to do? I'm going to try to push pawns in the center. Random pawn move. He's going there. We got to exchange here. Always capture towards the center. Okay, he goes here. Obviously, if there's a hanging pawn here and here, I'm going to take this one because he just played that move. So I'm going to react to that. Now he takes back here, but I've already taken up. I'm going to keep taking. Take everything. Is mate in one a tactic? No. But generally, if I see a mate in one in my game, I don't play it immediately. I usually play it after a couple moves if they leave it there. King f2. Let's just say more pawns. What are we going to do? Whenever you're up a lot of material and you have pawns, you just want to push them. That's really what you do. Okay, he's attacking my bishop. I'm gonna move my bishop to, keep controlling the center here. I think it's reasonable, but in general, my plan is just push these guys all the way. But before that, we're gonna take free pieces. We're gonna take free pieces. Okay, we're gonna push. We've seen this before. These guys are gonna go one by one. This is going one by one. The fried egg roll says, I feel like this is good, even for beginners. I love this series. Wait a minute. This is for beginners. I hope it's good for beginners. I'm not talking to the 2000s, that's for sure. Okay, let's get a knight check. And obviously, we're going to want to use our queen here. We're going to want to use our queen because we just got it. I mean, it's a brand new spanking queen. And that's a hanging piece. That's free. And that's ours. And that's a win. And that's a win. All right. Let's see. He goes here. E5. This knight, which one do we use? We don't use the same knight. We always use the opposite one. So that the squares he's controlling, I also control. That's important. F4. Have I ever seen this move before? Hell no. I'm going to take that, though. And man, he has got some moves. You know why? We're obviously going to take it. And now he's made a move where if I touch my knight and I see where can I go, 1, 2, 3, and 4 squares are not possible. They're not possible. So I have to play this move. And already I might be like, what the heck is this opening? Like, I've never seen it. I have to play this or else I'm losing a piece. This is crazy. Okay, we got to keep following the rules here. May as well get the other knight out. D4. Okay, I want to get my bishop out. I can't play bishop D6. I can't play bishop C5. This is a disaster. Why not pin the pawn with the queen? Pinning is a tactic. I don't know what those are yet. We're focused on the fundamentals here. Now, bishop E7, bishop B4. I think both are pretty reasonable. Like at some point when you have to decide where to put it, you got to put it somewhere. So I think bishop B4 and bishop B7 are both possible. This knight is never going to be able to go there. So the knight's going to have to go to E7. Am I going to notice that right off the bat? Probably not. I'll play bishop E7. It's a safer move than bishop B4. And bishop B4 is not something I've ever done. Bishop E7 is. Okay, takes this pawn. Now, the knight can't move anywhere. I think it's reasonable to play this move because it gets my bishop out. So we're going to play D6. Opponent is cheating. I don't think so, but he's playing a good opening in the sense that someone who's studying fundamentals, as you can see, is getting absolutely wrecked by this. He takes. We're going to take back. This is something we've seen before. Bishop takes, queen takes. You know, that's not foreign to us. Okay, he's giving us a check. He's giving us a check. I think this is a tough check to meet. Number one, am I really going to go back with the bishop? I don't think so. I've already played my bishop twice. Knight e7 to me makes a lot of sense. Queen e7, developing the queen that early, probably ill-advised. Bishop e6 also walks into this. Now, of course, I'm not necessarily going to see that, but it is something that I've told myself not to do. That if there's a pawn here, I don't want to put my pieces on those squares, and if there's a pawn here, I don't want to put them on those squares. We went over this previously. So bishop e6 is something I'm only going to reject for that reason. If we hadn't had that game where we got crushed and we got forked, then I'm not sure I would avoid playing this. This looks like a very natural move. Knight e7 seems reasonable to me. And unfortunately, I would like my knight on f6, but knight e7 for the first time ever, we're gonna have this. Let's see what's gonna happen here. He goes queen e3. This is a trade, so I'm gonna do a trade. And let's get my bishop out. I think I'm going to choose this square. Choosing this square now, as opposed to not choosing it before, feels like a little bit too much. So I'm going to choose this square. It's defended by my knight. And it is attacking the one of the center squares. So far, I think I've broken many rules because the opening like KO'd me, right? E5, knight back to G8. I mean, it's already a disaster. It's already been a disaster. No tactics, no pins, no forks. Yeah, you got it. You got it. The good thing to remember is that even in disastrous openings, somehow we've emerged with a position here. That's a capture. Not crazy to take this pawn, but let's go queen d7. Just kind of finishing off the some of the moves that we like to do. I still think rook here is a move I'm probably going to do next, even though it loses a pawn, because again, it's very in line with the moves that we want to do. So rook e8, not a good move, of course. It's going to happen. He's going to take with check. We're going to move away. It's going to be an unfortunate series of events. But hey, blunders happen, and it's only a pawn. Plus, I think it's very reasonable that we would want to bring our rooks and queen to the center and complete that development that we know. Rook e2. I think it's probably time for our escape square move. We know. Gotta play h6. You guys are used to that. e6, attacking my queen. I'm just going to make the queen move, which remains closest to the center and still attacks all those squares. Knight to e4. Again, I'm probably going to make a move that stays in the center here. My queen's getting attacked, so I basically got to choose one of these. Queen d4 check is not the craziest move. I'm just going to go to d5 for now. So we're not playing with tactics. We're not playing with sacrifices, etc. So there's lots of good moves that we might be missing. Lots of good moves. Okay, time for some pawn thrusts over here. Let's bring our knight to control some center squares. Okay, and again, we've seen this. He's threatening mate in 1. He's actually threatening it on a square that was threatened earlier in the series, if you guys remember. So I'm actually going to defend this mate in 1 with the rook. We have to take it. It's free. We have to take it. Free queen. Rook to e2. Let's go rook to e8. Knight back. Queen is being attacked. I think queen in the center is very reasonable. Yeah, queen in the center is always good, as long as we sort of stay attacking squares in the center. He goes knight back. Strong move. Who knows what we do here? Knight d4. It's a move in the center. Okay, let's take it. And it looks like Buddy is going to get the win. Pretty deserved, too. We kind of got destroyed in the opening. You were finally winning until the clock ran out. Well, thanks, bud. That's exactly how it felt. Oh, we got the white pieces again. Let's go e4. Okay, guys, what I've noticed is that the 500s, they love to play d5. Does John Bartholomew have like a series for 500s or something? Scandi for 500s? Okay, let's get the 2 knights out. I'm going to play pawn there, probably bishop there, castle. Let's get the pawn. Pawn in the middle, always a great thing to do. Okay, he's bringing the knights out. Let's go bishop here, and we're going to castle next, of course. e5. Wow, I say we're going to castle, of course. And he comes up with something I have to take. Omega Jerome every time. That's a different series. Once you get to 2000 level, then you can Jerome every time. That's not for beginners. You got to build the fundamentals first. Let's take. And we're going to get our bishop out. So now we've got all our pieces out. I want a castle. Bishop there. Well, fundamentals, guys. We're always going to play a3 after bishop there. Oh, thank goodness he didn't take that. Oh, he played this. He probably saw my last game. He's like, bishop b4, you know, sips tea, pinky out. I'm a man of high class. Even though bishop takes c3, queen c3, queen c4 just won a bishop or a rook. So let's castle ASAP. Let's castle, and whew, we dodged one there. We dodged a bullet for sure. Okay, now let's get a rook to e1. Yes, bishop a5, a man of culture. Man of culture. Knight there. Okay, so knight there. He's got a big threat. He is threatening queen takes h2. Now, do I see queen takes h2? It would be nice if I did. If I saw it, then I would play maybe like g3 to guard it. But, you know, I'm going to assume that, you know, I'm playing h3. h3 is my usual move. So we're going to go h3. Now, queen h2 is going to be quite the surprise. Not exactly thrilled to see that. But in general, h3 is a much better habit than g3. He's gonna check me. Guys, I think the last guy that we saw play this was actually Dan today. Dan brought his king willingly from G1 to E2. And it did not go well. Did not go well. Okay, well, that's free, so we're going to take it. Whew. But he could have really injured me there with bishop takes. Now he takes through the queen. Generally, I think blocking checks is kind of like... I generally move the king. Okay, we're getting our king to the center. It's all about the central control. He's played rook here. And I have an option. I have a bishop that's loose and the ability to block this check and save my queen. So in doing this, I can save my bishop, my queen, and get out of check. This is an insane move. I'm doing like 3 things at once. Or I could go here and completely hang all of that stuff. I'm 400. Let's go. All right, nice. All right, perfect. Like I said, we hang all that stuff. Just a solid game from 529 rated VBKN. 549. One more win, we're over 25, or 25. 25. Yeah. One more win, we're over 2550. AKA 550. All right, queen h5. Now, again, when there's knight f3, we go knight c6. When there's knight c3, we go knight f6. Have we seen this move before? Definitely not. Is it very logical to blunder? Yes, it is. Queen h5. The best move would be knight there. But after queen h5, I go knight f6. That's a normal move for me to play. He goes there. Okay, whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. I don't know what he's up to right now, but I'm just playing my normal setup. The exact same thing as last game. I'm gonna castle. I'm gonna put this pawn up. And you guys can maybe notice here that I'm not doing anything too strange. Okay, I'm gonna put my bishop there. Okay, that's a trade for me, and if I see a bishop there, I'm gonna play h6. This is normal. Here, let's take it, and I'm gonna have my pawns doubled. So this is not a good thing, but it was kind of forced by the position. It's not something I want, but it's something that's forced. Okay, he goes f3. Now what am I gonna do? I'm gonna bring my rook to the middle. You get this all the time? Yeah, I'm hoping that a lot of positions that I get are gonna be fairly relatable. Let's go for some random pawn moves over here. Random pawn move time. Okay, now I've got all my pieces to the middle. You know, I've made my pawn moves on the queen side. Developed all my pieces. The queens are actually traded off the board. Knight d4 looks very reasonable. It's a piece in the middle of the board. Okay, and that's a fair trade. Okay, knight d5. So he's actually doing the same thing. He's getting his piece in the center, and he's actually got a threat here. He's threatening this, and he's threatening this. Both pawns look, pretty important to defend. Unclear which one black defends, but rook e6 is sort of a move in the middle of the board, guards this pawn. That looks reasonable. King g7 also looks reasonable, but hey, we'll play this one. We'll protect this c pawn. Okay, he takes this. We lose a pawn with check, and surprisingly, we lose a piece as well. Well, we lose the exchange. Mostly because a fork is unbeknownst to us. Forks are tricky. We're going to learn forks at the next level. But for now, no forks. Okay, we get attacked. We move back. And, now that we're sort of in an endgame, what's our goal? What's our goal? We want to bring our king and activate ASAP. ASAP. So I want to bring this king in the middle of the board. I want to start attacking his pawns with my king. This is all I want to do. Now, this could be good, this could be bad, but point is, I'm just bringing my king up the board and trying to make threats. You know, I've got my rook hitting the middle. Again, bishop there. Fork. A tough move to see. A tough move to see. Let's make a move in the middle of the board with my rook. Following those habits, we're going to try to control the center squares where possible. Rook and bishop doing a good job. I don't really have a plan here, but I might try to keep running my king in. Because what did I say in endgames? What you want to do all the time is be very, very active with your king. Okay, so again, I'm just taking pawns when I'm in an endgame. And what's my plan going to be now, guys? I have a pawn. I'm just going to push it. That's all I'm going to be doing. Push my pass pawn. Whenever you get a pass pawn, just push it. And you guys have seen that time and time again in this series. That's all I'm really doing. If I can get a pass pawn, I'm just going to push it because it's really easy moves to do. And we saw in the last game, I pushed my pawn. The guy didn't even pay attention. The guy didn't even pay attention. Okay, he goes here. That's an exchange. We're going to take it. He takes back. We have to move our bishop. Let's give him a check, let's say. We got to move our bishop. It's being attacked here. Got to react to that. Okay, king up. Push him. Push him, baby. H3. Push him, baby. H2. Checks me. Got to move our king. Let's go here. Ooh. Free piece? Is that something free? Hello? Is that in the rules? Hello? We take free things? That's right. Yes, we do. We take free pieces. And we queen pass pawns. There we go. You know, the rule set's not looking too bad now. Check. Gotta try to check him, check him, check him, check him. Let's check, 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 check. Let's take that scary, scary pass pawn. Oh, that's a trade. We're going to take that. Okay, now, queen in the center. Oh, thank you. Queen in the center. We use our bishop. Check. Let's bring the bishop in the middle of the board. Queen and bishop. We want to take care of his remaining pawns and then go for checkmate. Okay, we'll take that. Give a check. Now, it's pretty hard to checkmate the king with just your queen. So you're going to need your king as well. But we want to give checks and we want to give mate. So now that we're close to mate, we want to try to check him all the time. We're climbing. We are. We're getting mates. Look at that. Okay, e4. Whoa, he's got some pre-moves in. This guy's skipping ahead. He's skipping the fundamentals. Okay, knight here. I'm going to bring the other knight out. Oh, that's a trade. That's a trade. Okay, let's get a pawn in the center. Probably going to get our other knight out. Our bishop can no longer go to that square, so it's probably going to end up going here, where it still controls the center. Okay, knights first. Okay, bishop goes here. We got to control some center squares, and we can't use that. Oh, we've seen this before. Every time we see that, we play h3, and if he takes us, we take with the queen. Yeah, Karo-kan, this is one of the first times we've seen this opening as well. One of the first times we've seen it as well. Hey, that's a capture. We're going to do that easily. E5, knight takes e5. Well, our queen's attacked. Let's keep our queen towards the center. You know, we want to control these center squares. Bishop d6. We're going to castle ASAP. Castles. Let's put our bishop out. Knight c6. So, one thing that we haven't seen today, but we have seen in this series, which is why I'm going to be careful here, is we've seen when there's a pawn here and it threatens to go forward, he is going to be winning one of our pieces. So that's been a reason we've been losing almost all of our games when we were first starting out. And we quickly learned we don't want to have pieces like that when a pawn can go forward. I'm not sure what that's called. I think it probably has a fancy name, but it's been killing us. It's been getting some wins. Attacking our queen. Our queen needs to move. I guess let's go here. Almost running out of squares. Knight d4. Now, my queen, you'll actually notice here, doesn't have a single square. Right? Can't go to any of these squares. They're all covered. So this is an easy move. I have to play queen d1. It's the only safe square. See what he does. Remember, I still want to complete my development. Rook e1, fundamentals. I'm still trying to do that. Now, he goes knight there. Generally speaking, we take with the knight first, and of course that's a capture. We're going to do it. My bishop's attacked. Well, hey, how about that square? That's the square I go to in this opening all the time. That's my favorite square. Finally, I can go here. Sure, let's do it. Rook to c8. Attacking my bishop. Bishop needs to move. Again, whenever I get attacked, I usually go back. Of course, I could defend it with b3, but fundamentals, I've pretty much always been going back when attacked and capturing towards the center. Okay, bishop there. I think we're just going to complete our development. So start with our rook, probably queen, and then rook to d1. That's what we want to do. We've had that set up many times so far. Rook e5. Don't really know what that move is all about. I'm going to go here. Rook d1. Yeah, rook d1. Let's complete that development. And bishop e3 is a square that we've put our bishop on in the past. So I might go for bishop e3 next. But now that we're done all this, let me first start with my random pawn moves over here. And then something like bishop e3 makes some sense. Okay, he goes back. Let's go c4. Okay, c4 is probably not a great move. Unfortunate. Not all random pawn moves don't always work out, but we'll go for a few random pawn moves. And then we'll probably go bishop e3, move in the center. Okay, rook takes... oops. Dropped a pawn there. Let's go bishop e3. Takes. Let's take. He captures. We're going to capture right back. He goes h6. Look at this fundamentally sound player. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to see moves like h6. Trust me, if you see moves like that, those are players that are going to improve. Those are players that are going to improve. They are. All right, let's play a centralizing move. Rook in the middle, and it's guarded by the queen here. Okay. Rook there. Well, that looks like a hanging pawn in the middle of the board, so I'm going to take it. Queen takes. Okay, rook takes back. We're in the center here. His rook's in the center as well. Honestly, we've both been playing pretty well so far. He goes rook d2. He's attacking my pawn. Now, I have always said, when you get to the end game, attack pawns and bring your king to the middle. He's attacking my pawn. Am I going to worry about trying to defend that pawn? No. The main goal in the end game is king to the middle, push a pass pawn, and take pawns if you can. We're going to go here. We're going to do the same thing. Okay, take a pawn. Here, we want to take a pawn. Okay, unfortunately, I can't take that. Maybe let's bring the king in. Okay, we can't really get in the center now. Got to use my rook to try to attack pawns. But that's all we want to do. We've actually been doing very similar plans, me and my opponent right now. Very similar. Free pawn, I guess we'll take it. And you see my opponent, he's bringing his king to the middle. He's pushing past pawns. He's actually playing really well. Like, he's playing exactly how I would say to play. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't go forwards. Otherwise, I would. He's pushing his pawns. We said our goal was just try to attack pawns, so we're going to. Okay, if we can go towards the center, we will. We're going to take this. Nope. We're just going to take pawns, take pawns, take pawns. High baller's playing well. He's checking me again. Generally speaking, you don't go backwards if you don't have to. When it comes to the king, hey, if I can use my king, attack this pawn. Let's use the rook. Take all the pawns. That's all I've been doing. Now I have some pass pawns. Now I can start to push it. Let's bring the rook over there. And let's take it. He's going to get a queen. I've seen that before. You guys remember that game that I got a queen? And then he just got a free queen because I wasn't paying attention? What am I going to do here? I'm going to push this pawn. Pawn, go. Queen. See, he can't catch it. Oh, unfortunately, this is a little relatable. Unfortunately, this is a little relatable. Pushing past pawns is not the easiest thing to do. Got to do it properly. I'm going to push our pawn. Credit to my opponent. He's playing a fantastic game right now. Oh, okay. Okay. We'll take those points. We'll take those points every day. But look at this wholesome Canadian chat. He said he blew it. I said, very good game. He said, you too. I said, GG. He said, GG. I mean, this is just good vibes. We'll play till we lose, guys. Play till we lose. Oh, no. 756. Okay. I think we're in trouble here, guys. I think we're in trouble. This might be the end of our watch here. This might be the end of our watch. Oh, and he's got an aggressive opening. Well, we know we're taking that. That's for sure. Our buddy over here is being very difficult. What the heck is this opening? This guy's a noob. He's already losing material. Okay. Literally don't know what this guy's doing. But if I see things I can take, I'm taking him, boys. I'm taking him. All right. Let's get the knights out. Okay. We're following our rules here, our principles. He castles. I'll get my bishop out to that favorite square. E5. Knight needs to move to the center if possible. Okay, we can go to E4. Always go to the center where possible. He goes knight D2. That's a trade. We're going to take that. And let's get castled ASAP. ASAP. Finally, we can. Our next move is probably going to be D6. And then we'll look to get our bishop out, controlling the center. Either E6 or F5. This series will be available on YouTube, yes. D6. Okay, we got to take with the queen or the bishop. We've already developed our bishop, so moving the queen towards the center seems to make a lot of sense. If our bishop was back here, then I would have said, let's take with the bishop. He goes queen to c3. Now, this is tough. This is tough to spot. Believe me, we're not going to spot it every single time. But we have actually seen this bishop and queen work together on this diagonal before, today, in this exact series. To take on g7. So, we've looked at f6. Is f6 possible here? No, it is pinned. It is pinned. g6. Does g6 stop the queen from going there? Well, actually, the last time we had it, the queen was here. So g6 did stop it. But in this case, g6 does not help at all. So how can I actually stop this? Anybody? I can't play f6. I can't play g6. This is quite annoying. How do I prevent the queen from getting to g7? Bishop d4. I see a lot of bishop d4. Make sure you're doing your counting. After bishop d4, how many pieces do I have defending d4? And how many does he have attacking? Can we count it up? Bishop d4. 1, 2, 3. And I have 1, 2. I'm going to be losing. I'm going to be losing material there. I can't be doing that. We can't be hanging free pieces. So I actually need to defend this. How can I defend it? If none of these are working, well, I actually have to use my queen. So you guys are right. Queen f6, queen g6, queen h6. I have to pick one of these moves. Okay, so let's bring our queen over there. Knight e5. Okay, that is a trade. I have to trade that. My bishop's under attack. Generally, when my bishop's under attack, I go backwards. Bishop back to b6. And my next move is going to be to finally finish development. It's been a while. This has not been a good game for me. I'm barely finishing development, but I do want to get here or here because it controls the center with this bishop. And then I'm going to try to bring my rooks in and play h6. It's going to take me a long time, but that's my plan. Because that's been my plan every time so far. Okay, rook there. I'm going to go here and attack the center. He takes it. What is this? He's taking it. I get to take back. I think it's very, very realistic that you get clapped like this. That was a great game by my opponent. A very good game. Hey guys, just a reminder that Building Habits is going to be a regular series on our YouTube channel. So make sure to get subscribed if you are not already. Drop a comment down below for the algorithm and let me know what you thought about the video. See you next time.